Hey guys, got another video. So we got third place yesterday in the booster box regional, BT21 with Gallantmon X. So I guess kind of a quick update from the previous video. So we won the regional with Red Hybrid back in BT15. The rest of BT15 went pretty smooth. I think I topped 16 to two more times that format. So pretty good format for me. However, 16 happened and everything just kind of nosedived from there. Magna X kind of just gate kept like everything I wanted to play, and then I kind of tried playing Magna X because I do like Magnamon as a Digimon, but Numamon was just made it so you couldn't play that deck. So and then from 17 onwards up until nationals, we played Ancient Greymon, which we got 44th place at nationals, which not quite good enough to make day two, but still pretty good top 64. I got a mat for that, so decent performance at nationals. And then we did play Gallant X in EX8, and then 2.5 came out. We played Royal Knights, and then 21 came out, and just the floodgates opened. There's too much I wanted to try, and I don't know, I just wasn't really confident. Basically, up until yesterday through the regional, just because I was throwing everything at a wall, nothing was really sticking. I was trying so many different decks just because there was just so much I wanted to try. It just took me a little bit to kind of figure out that a lot of the red pro tag support, like it's good, but it's not like super good. So I was trying like Wargrey OTK. Medusa's like close enough to like a Wargreymon deck. So I gave that a try. Armor Rush, every possible version of Red Hybrid you could think of. Nothing was really working. I was playing in like the Eagles Nest weeklies, and despite being able to win a few of those previously, just wasn't able to like top at all in BT21. Then we tried Magidramon at a store regional in Kansas, went 3-2. The mirror match is just really like volatile. I think it's not something I'm confident in, so I kind of put Magidramon away pretty quickly. And then 2 weeks ago, we went to the Texas Regional, and I was on Dorbic. My friend just talked me into it. It made so much sense on paper. So we kind of went into Texas with the thought process of we're going to run into every Magidramon player, every Sakuyamon player, and just completely gas them. Even after that experience, I still think Dorbic is fast enough to beat those two decks. But then I ran into a couple snags of I played Huang Zero, his adventure deck, round two of that tournament. He ended up winning the entire thing. The second he gets that black option up, it's kind of GG. And then another like big loss of mine was to Royal Knights. They just play a ton of blockers. Once they get Omekamon up, it's also just GG because they could just keep spamming Omekamon out once they get one under Yggdrasil, and then you just can't actually like finish them off. So yeah, after that weekend, I just made the executive decision of, okay, we can't just like kind of cheese the tournament. It did kind of like reopen my eyes that a lot of my like best long tournament runs usually throw like a variety of decks at me. Like when I won with Red Hybrid, I played a different deck every round. When I top aided with Black War Greymon OTK, I played a different deck every round. So we kind of just learned from that, and that same weekend, I'm like, okay, there's another regional in 2 weeks. I'm signed up for it. We're going to stick to something more consistent, more flexible, and we're going to kind of just go back to Old Faithful Gallant X. It kind of still does exactly what it does before. It doesn't really hard lose to anything. I think I just kind of wasn't playing it because there were just more shinier, newer toys out there that I wanted to try. But yeah, I don't think Gallantmon X really did anything wrong. I honestly couldn't tell you why I stopped playing the deck. I mean, I like all the like the main pro tags. Like my connection to Digimon is through like the first 4 seasons of the anime or whatever. So I like Gallantmon a lot. He's one of my favorites. So feels pretty good to have topped with this. Just haven't really had any good Gallantmon support up until like the last like 6 months or so, and also within the last 6 months haven't really had any big events. Really griping with Bandai that they took those away from us for the most part. We top threed, or yeah, got third place with Gallant X. So we'll go over the deck list, go over we'll go over the matchups and some thought processes and some cards that I didn't like. But I do have to kind of put credit where credit is due. This deck is kind of focused. It's kind of based off of a list from the Paris Regional. The Paris Regional, like a month ago, was won by Gallantmon, and it was like more focused on OTKing with Gallant X and Omni X. So yeah, took a lot of inspiration from that deck. Did fix some things around to my liking, but yeah, we'll go over that. So we'll start with 4 Gigimon. Honestly, there are like multiple like good Gigimons right now. Like you could play like BT12, you could play BT17, but yeah, this is just for consistency, draw power. I have the 4 ults, so yeah, not too much to say. It's just draw power, so not too much thought in that. 4 Search Guilmon, pretty standard. Good on play. Has an inheritable, which is pretty nice. The popping at 3K is actually like pretty useful because when you do your combo, you want their board to be empty so you can gain memory back with War Growlmon's inheritable. So yeah, Guilmon's really good. And then you have the 4 Gallantmon X, also pretty standard. We're running Cool Boy, so it's like Cool Boy is able to like unbrick my hand because like I was rookie list, played a Cool Boy, grabbed this. Actually came up a decent amount. And I actually think Gallantmon X has the better inheritable amongst the rookies. Just the one deleting something gain a memory. Which I'll kind of go into that here in a little bit, but yeah, it's normally like if you're playing like an X antibody deck, like if you're playing like Melga or like Agu or Melga or like Wargrey X or something like that, you never really liked going like Agu X or Gabu X in your raising area just without like the other rookie underneath it. But in this deck, this is actually perfectly fine because this is the main inheritable you care about. But yeah, I'll go over that here in a second. Then we just have the 2 Rush Gil. I don't think there's another Gilmon that's like so worth running that you can exclude these. These are kind of just here for like spare rookies for like if games go long, you could play Rush Gilmons out and like do chip damage. Came up a decent amount. Came up in the final match against Royal Knights. I won with this card. I think one of the Gallantmon, or might have been a McGee-drawn matchup where it's like I was like 1 hit away from like actually OTKing them, and then I was like, oh, we are 20 in trash, play a Gravity Crush, play this out, do the last check, and then drop the Omni. So, yeah, Rush Gil, really good. One thing I was a little bit insecure about going into this weekend was we're only running 10 rookies. I'm really big on ratios, and I just, like, I've ran 10 rookies before in, like, Ancient Greymon, and I've lost, like there was a regional I entered, and I lost my round 8, round 9. I bricked on rookies 4 straight games, and both those matches and just like lost. So because I couldn't find a rookie at all in 4 straight games. But I mean, this weekend the 10 rookies did work out. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to take this deck and edit it, I think rookie count could potentially go up. But it did kind of work out this weekend. So next we're running 4 starter 7 Growl and 4 Gallantmon X. So all the same inheritable as the Gallantmon X, just when you delete something, gain a memory. Gallantmon X, really good for cycling, especially with Cool Boy. There was a match, I think, where I went Gallantmon X, and it's like draw for Evolve, draw off Cool Boy, draw for Effect, and it grabbed me all 3 of the missing combo pieces I needed to OTK that turn, so it's really good. And then just going into like one of the main things you can do with this deck is like if you have this anywhere in your stack, like this is your god stack basically, is just having these 3 cards or as many of these 3 cards as possible. And then you go into War Growl. Like if your opponent played like a Search Rookie or something like that, you go War Growl for 3, you pop the Search Rookie, then you gain 3, you essentially go into War Growl for free. And yeah, I don't really know. Like a lot of my opponents, I think were kind of just desperate to like search for stuff. And like despite doing this, they'd play like another search rookie. So then next turn you just go here for 1, pop it, gain 3 more, and then probably OTK them or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, just a lot of memory gain with this. So yeah, that is kind of like your god stack, kind of what you kind of want to aim for with like the bottom end. So just clean this up a little bit. And then we are running a 9th level 4. We're running the BT21 Gallantmon. This one came up actually kind of a surprising amount. Just on, did you all pop something, especially if a Gallantmon X in your sources to gain the memory back? It's kind of just like a 1 cost evolve. It's pretty nice. And then the inheritable to like add 2,000 to your DP deletion effects or whatever came up. I took out a few Cubemons because like they go Cubemon to play the Rika out, and then it's like I just go here, pop the Cubemon, and because their ratios are so bad, sometimes they can't do anything else after that. So, and then I was also able to use it. Like I think I popped like an Omni X with it because like you go Gallantmon X, neg for it, use this effect along with the 10k effect, so you can pop a 12k, so you can pop the Omni X at that point. So, a couple things you could do here, but at the same time, there were a number of times where it's like when you go into this kind of was my discard fodder for it because you do like this guy more than this guy typically. So, but yeah, I mean, he did his job. He came up. It's mostly just a racial fixer. So, next, pretty standard on the 5s. We're just running 4/4 split of Wargal and Wargal X. Not too much to say. This pops something on evolve. This pops something on evolve. This is your sec +1. This is your memory gain. Sometimes like if you don't absolutely need this, but I'd say this is like absolutely necessary, especially for your OTK. But we are running gravity crushes to like kind of make up for like not having this in your stack. So it does kind of work out. But yeah, this is super important. Like there are times where it's like you just go up the entire X antibody line with none of like the middle pieces, and it's perfectly fine. So long as you have this, and then the gravity crushes to like keep turn and whatnot. So yeah. Then star of the show, Gallantmon X himself. Not too much else to say. He's just semi-immune body, gains a ton of DP, controls boards. Most importantly, unsuspends if you do everything correctly. Kind of sucks when you can't unsuspend, but sometimes just clearing board is just better, and then sitting on this and being like, okay, out this somehow. So yeah, it's Gallantmon X, star of the show. And then running 2 BT13 Gallant. This is kind of like my level 6 of choice, my side level 6 of choice. I always liked this one more than any of the other options. Like I just don't really like medieval as a card, which is going to be like a very controversial take. Just I don't know. I've never gotten it really to do anything. Because like I've used it against like Virus Imperial, did nothing. I haven't run into like a blue-green Imperial player in like forever, and just I don't know. It's like most of the time, usually when they have on plays, they do all this elaborate stuff, kill the medieval before like his effect can even go off, and it just got really really nasty. And then when I was playing Magidramon, I was playing the promo Gallantmon, the one that pops the 13Ks or whatever, and I went the entire 5 rounds not being able to play that card at all, just because. Yeah, no one was playing 13k bodies or like keeping their 13k bodies in the case of Magidramon on the board. So kind of got fed up with it, and I'm like, okay, I could drop this guy regardless of like what my opponent's board state is. And yeah, against Royal Knight, it kind of got to the point where it's like I was able to just drop 2 of these in 1 turn for like low cost. But yeah, they're mostly just here for the matchups that do go longer that can like control my board. In particular, it's like every time I play the second Eagle's Nest, I always run into the same freaking Lucamon player who can just constantly blow up my boards and stuff. And this kind of gives you a way to fight back. So next we're running 2 Omni X. He's just your big finisher. He's also good bot deck removal for like decks that can't be deleted. Like if you run into like a straight like deck store or something. I don't know. Kind of an uncommon deck, but I know there's still some believers out there. But yeah, Omni X just your big finisher. Really, really good card. Searchable off your Cruel Boy, searchable off your Red Searchers. So Next, we're running 4 Cool Boy. Church is basically half the deck. And yeah, we're running him over Takato. I don't know, you're just trying to go fast, OTK or whatever. Takato doesn't really like boost your consistency, but this does. Takato costs more. It makes you promote early, in like kind of awkward situations just to get your tamer out for free. Was like kind of an issue I was seeing like before. Whereas like Cool Boy allows you to just like sit in the back until you're actually ready to come out and then come out and like do stuff. So yeah, like Cool Boy a lot. Next we're running 4 Red Mem boost. Standard digs the deepest, and then memory boosts are very valuable in this deck versus like the trainings and whatnot because you're playing the Rush Gallant and like the Rush Keels. So just having the memory to like actually like drop those cards is pretty important. So having just said that, we're running 2 offense training. This did kind of just work out as like a 2 of. There was like one game that I lost because like if these had been like Garnet memory boost or like Wisteria memory boost or whatever, I would have been able to drop Gallant. Like that exact scenario came up and I kind of just blew up in my face. But offense training is good. Also grabs this next card, which is Gravity Crush. So kind of an awkward inclusion in this deck, I think some people will think, but this card actually came up a lot. A big thing with the deck is that you want to be able to keep the turn that you go into Gallantmon X, because you're aiming for that OTK. And this also lets you like play around cards in security, like you're playing Magidramon, it's like, okay, the only thing you're scared of is like hitting a Jack Raid in security. Typically, sometimes you could just play this and be like, okay, this circumvents the Jack Raid, so on and so forth, and some other things. Or it's like a big thing is like if you hit a scramble in security and their board is empty, and you're depending on War Growl, like gain the 2 memory, keep your turn. Gravity Crush makes it so you can kind of play around scramble, like if you're swinging and keeping turn, and makes it so you don't have to depend on the War Growl and their board being empty because scramble does kind of throw a wrench in all of that. So yep, this is definitely like a play it while you have it type of deal. I don't think this card's surviving the next ban list because I think Magidramon just does too much with this card. I really dislike that a purple deck is going to be the cause of it. Like I've been running this card for a really long time. I've said time and time again that this card is really degenerate. It's like I've used this in like Agu Bond, Red Hybrid, Black Wargray OTK. I'm using it now. I've had friends who have like a friend of mine topped nationals with like Merva Cross and he was running 4 of this and 4 Blinding Ray. Like the memory gain options are just way too freaking powerful. I don't know how this one even survived, but I'm going to use it as long as we've got it. So then lastly, we got the 3X Antibody. Got a love-hate relationship with this card. This card like kind of enables your entire deck. It lets you like swing your Wargrowl X, go into your Gallantmon X, and then enables all your like TP buffs. But there are a number of times where it's like this is the only piece that was missing. Like I had my Omni X, my Gallant X, everything's ready to go, and this is the only thing missing. So it's like I kind of had to do like some awkward plays of it's like I have this, I don't have this, I have like all the top end ready, and it's like I kind of have to awkwardly go like 11k, swing at security, gain 2 memory back, and then go into this to like burn something. And it's like you can't lethal anymore, but it's like the main thing is like for your combo, you need when you go into Gallantmon X, you need your stack to be suspended already, ideally attacking, because on evolve he on suspense. So it's like you need to already be suspended, ideally, before you go into this. But yeah, X antibody option I think could go up to 4. I think it just kind of clogs your hand a little bit too much though if you do that. But yeah, just a number of situations where this was literally the only card missing. Like even Omni X I feel like popped up more often than this card sometimes, which was really annoying. But so yeah, that's the deck. We'll go over the matchups next. So round 1 is Virus Imperial. Virus Imperial is just kind of a weird matchup. I think it just kind of just depends on who pops off the hardest and quickest. So So 2-1. Red Hybrid was also 2-1. It's mostly I threw game 1 because I had a rookie out, like the turn before I popped off, and I swung the rookie. Whereas if I had left this alive, I did the full Gallant X combo, missing the Omni X. And if I left this alive, this could have essentially been my last check as the Omni X, essentially. But because of it, I like hit a bunch of Tamers or whatever, like Atomic Infernos or whatever, and then he just killed me next turn, which, yeah, very amateur mistake. You don't really have to do chip damage with this deck. Like Gallantmon X can just kind of do everything, like all the actual damage yourself, and then you just need like that extra swing at the end. So, but yeah, we got that 2-1. Round 3 was Adventure. We played our friend Hong. Really good player. We've crossed paths a number of times, gone pretty back and forth in the past. So 2-1. Generally, he said like Adventure doesn't really like going up against Gallant X, which I did kind of sweep games 2 and 3. Just generally, we're faster than they are. But game 1, he got me really good. It's like I had like a turn 3 like OTK set up, and he had a black option out, and he was running the BT15 Secret Moga. So I was just like, okay, this is just an easy OTK, right? It's like, go here, burn, swing 2 checks, unsuspend, swing 2 checks. And then I was just like, okay, Omni X or game, right? Easy, right? But then he was like, no, the black option actually protects any level 5 or higher. They don't have to be adventure trait. So when I bot decked the Melga, he played out a level 5, and I think he just like blocked my like end of turn swing or whatever like that. So stopped the OTK, and then I think he OTK'd me himself the next turn because like I hit all of his tamers for him. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy that he did that. But yeah, learned a good lesson from that. It's just, yeah, black option can protect any top end basically, which is pretty nuts. So round 4 we fought Magidramon. We lost this one. This was our only loss of the day. It was 1-2. Mostly just game 3. We couldn't find Gallant X at all. Just bricked on Gallant X's, and then we just took the L. So yeah, just felt really bad. But this guy, he did really well. We kind of just carried each other all throughout the tournament. So I got 3rd, he got 4th. So yeah, really, really good player. So next round was Sakuya. It's 2-1. This one almost went to time. Game 1. So game 1 and 2, I think I like didn't have like War Growl X or something like that. Like I couldn't actually lethal him. So it's like I kind of just sat on a Gallantmon X stack. He answered it. In game 1, there weren't enough cards in trash for me to like drop a Gallantmon and like actually like try to like fight back against him. So then I died. Game 2 though was the opposite because he answered my stack. There were enough cards in trash, and then I was able to play the Rush Gallant and like kind of fight him back, and then won that one. And then we went into game 3 with like 6 minutes left. I thought for sure we were going to tie. But testament to how fast this deck is, in those 6 minutes, we shuffled up and I OTK'd just finished before time was even called. So yeah, just a testament to how fast this deck can be. So Magidra was our next round. We 2-0'd him. He bricked game 2. This is what I have written down here. And then Gravity Crush let me like steal the game from him game 1, like a whole turn early. Like any chance he had to fight back was just like mitigated completely because we had Gravity Crush. So next up we played Sakuya. It was 2-1. I threw game 1 so hard because I thought I had like this like big brain IQ play of, okay, I'm under double ruin mode. I'm gonna promote my stack, have it die. I have like a ton of cards in trash now. I'm gonna play Rush Gallant and then like start blowing stuff up. But I promoted, my stack died, and then I was like, oh, I had to play this Gravity Crush in hand to have enough memory to play the Gallant and keep turn, and I no longer have the red source. So yeah, I just completely blew up in my face. I was like, really, really big mistake there. Whereas I think he choked me to 2. I had like a Growlmon X in the back. I think if I just went War Growl, choked him to 1, I don't think he could have killed me the following turn, and then I would have just been perfectly fine, I think. But yeah, was still able to claw back, and I took the next 2 games though, so got really lucky there. I guess game 3, I didn't have Wargrowl X, but like I applied like too much pressure too quickly. So then like he had to like make really awkward stacks. He never got to his level 7s. Like he always passed turn like on his Sakuyamons basically, and was just like sat on them. And it's like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna kill them. So there's just like a little bit of that going on, and just he couldn't really do anything just because I applied so much pressure at the beginning. So yeah, there's that. Round 8 was the Gallant X mirror. This was a 2-0. I know he was running like Takatos. I found that out early, so I was like, okay, I gotta teach this guy Cool Boys better than Takato, basically. So I was like, I kind of like made it in my mind like kind of personal. But game 1 was a huge nail biter because I went for lethal before he did. And I hit a scramble, that whole scenario I mentioned before, where I hit a scramble, plays a body out, and then Wargrowl can't gain me my memory back. So I thought I was screwed. So then he pops off. He goes into his Gallantmon X combo. He's at 0. And instead of raiding into me, like the safe play, he swings at security, like try to get the most out of his swings or whatever. And first check was X antibody option, stole his turn. And then I was able to finish him off the following turn. So yeah, just nail biter. Our securities were just a little too good, and just a lot of back and forth because of that. So, and then game 2, game 2, I have written down here. I couldn't OTK him because I was missing the X antibody option. It was really frustrating, but kind of similar to the Sakuyamon matchup. I just applied pressure too quickly, and then he just couldn't really like make like optimal stacks, or like he had to like play too many he had to play more searchers to find the pieces he needed to like even make a stack, to even make an incomplete stack. So yeah, it was kind of awkward for him, and then we just got there. Actually remember how that one ended. So it's like I did my damage. He ends turn on like a big blocker Gallant, which I didn't have the X antibody option, so it's like I don't have like DP neg or DP plus. So then I was like, okay, I think this is my next option. It's just Omni X bottom deck your Gallantmon X. So then I did that. End of turn, swung at his security, knocked everything else out. And then he made another big blocker stack. He was like 17k. So I'm like, well, I don't want to get ace. I don't want to get like aced then blocked or anything like that. So the game ending play was literally just drop this for 13, pop the Gallant, and then end of turn swing or whatever. It was like really funny. Yeah, I just played this for the full 13 for game. It was pretty funny. So, and then round 9 was Royal Knights. We did something equally as stupid, which was actually on stream. We were tail end of the match was like actually on stream. At some point, I dropped this for the full 16 just because I didn't have any other plays. I popped like 2 level 5 aces or whatever like that and dropped this for 16, put them to 7. Which is, yeah, really, really funny. But, and we still won despite doing this, which was really funny. But, Royal Knights in general, though, almost checked out both games. They kind of just give you a lot of memory to play with. And he kind of wasn't spamming Omecamon as much as I thought he could have, but yeah, we still just got there. Stop him from playing things into the tree, just because we have so many deletion effects. But yeah, that was the regional. Happy I got my invite. Don't know which of the 2 nationals I'm going to go to. I think it just kind of depends on how much I like BT22, because the winter one's usually like the bigger of the 2 events. But I am kind of eyeballing the Omnimon DNA deck. All their support just got leaked, so we'll see how I like it. We'll see what we end up going with. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble about the deck or whatever. Still one more online regional left. So I mean, if you guys want to play this, I think it's a good pick. It doesn't really hard lose anything. It's just go fast and or control. So. All right. But yeah, that'll be the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.